Hi guys, I am going to be trying something different today with the video. Welcome to another acrylic paint pouring video, another Dutch pour this time. And I'm going to try to speak as I go instead of doing a voiceover. I normally get tons of interruptions from the neighbors, the kids, the family, and hopefully today I won't have any of that. I'm trying to see if it makes it easier for me when I edit the videos. Maybe this will be faster than doing the voiceover, I don't know. All I'm doing right now is making sure that my canvas is perfectly level, and I'm gonna show you what I use. I use these little furniture razors because I am able to manipulate how tall or short I want that particular corner, so it helps a lot with that. It makes it easier. And here when I turn it to the other side, it is not. I've been doing a lot of Dutch pours these past days, tons and tons of different ones. I cannot wait to show you. Let me show you the latest one, and I'm quite obsessed with this one. It turned out so beautiful. Look at that iridescent white shining through the layers. Very, very nice. It will be another comparison video and coming up depending on how this one turns out. And so yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy. Today is something a little different that I have not tried yet. Now this is perfectly leveled. Thank goodness. I am going very, very thin with my paints, and the reason for that is because I'm using something different than normal. And by very thin, I mean I'm just grabbing some sticks. I'm doing fluid acrylics by Golden. These are very thin, listen to that, very liquid paints, but they are highly, highly pigmented. And I mix this with, let me show you, GAC 800 from Golden and Golden Color Pouring Media Gloss. So between these, and I'll put the exact recipe in the description as I usually do. So how is this different from doing it with just paint, acrylic paint and water? Well, for one, the acrylic paint will not break down. And for two, even though this is extremely thin, I mean, look at that. If I go close, if I go really high, you see it forms a divot in there. But if I go really close, it kind of stays. But look when I go around. There is zero trace. There is no trace in here whatsoever. And when I mix my paints, I use the same recipe for all of my colors. And they all turn out with the exact same consistency. I did not have to do anything. Look at that. This is Prussian blue hue, this little container right here. And let me get a lighter color to show you better. It wasn't really easy to mix. I have to say that. The fluid acrylics went right in, mix very fast. Yeah, look at that. See? No mound and no trace. I can just go, and I can go around and around. Now, I have done a Dutch pour in my first video of the series where I mix paint and water, and it gave me almost the same consistency, like no trace whatsoever. But with the water, it felt very watery, soupy, almost like it had no body to it. It just ran off the canvas, and it didn't. I didn't feel like there was anything holding the paint together. It's very strange to explain. With this one, I don't have the same feeling. Even though it's very, very thin, I still feel like the consistency is a little bit gooey. And it makes sense because if you've ever played with golden pouring medium gloss, you realize that it's very sticky. Same with Liquitex pouring medium. They're very sticky. And so that's how the paints feel like gooey, even though they are very thin. I hope I'm explaining myself correctly. So that one was Teal, and this one, the next one is going to be Ultramarine Blue. I don't know if I show you guys this one properly, the camera. Ultramarine Blue. And the next one is going to be Cobalt Turquoise. I was feeling like the ocean today. I love being near the ocean, and I haven't been in a long time. I think I'm craving being near the ocean, and I just feel like doing, okay, well, that works. I just felt like doing a ocean piece. Things that happen, I'm glad this happened now and not when I was doing the actual pour, and I just have to recheck. Oh my goodness, it's good. And I do it on both sides because it has happened to me that you think that one side is level and then it turns out that it is not, and it will start dripping, especially when you're working with very thin consistencies. It will start dripping. Anyway, we'll continue. This is Manganese Blue Hue. That's going to be my next color. And I'm going to end the painting with two of my favorites. This one is Turquoise Phthalo. What a beautiful, beautiful color right there. And then the last one that I am going to do is Phthalo green shade. It also has, there is also a red shade. I cannot use the red shade on this because red and green will give you mud, like a brownish color, and I don't want that. Okay, I'm also going to be using my little, very little hair dryer. I'm really liking this one. It has a cool setting. I'm gonna have to use it on the low because of how thin my paints are. Palette knife to spread this out. I like spreading better than pushing it out with the blow dryer, because with this thin of paints, I'm expecting a lot to go off the canvas, and I just don't want that. Okay, so here we go. We're going to put our base down. And this is a 16 by 14 inch canvas. What is this? Hold on. Oh, 18 by 14. And I'm only going to need about 10 ounces of paint, I'm assuming, but I have extra just in case. So that's about 10 ounces eyeballing. This is a 16 ounce container, so yeah. And it wasn't fill to the top. So I'm okay with having less paint today on my base because I'm using a ton of different colors, which is normally I only use 4 or 5. I don't remember ever using 7, but we'll see. I don't have a plan so far as of what kind of design I want to create. We'll see. I want some negative space, I know that, but I also want all the colors to be able to come through. Okay, I have a lot of bubbles because the paint is very thin and golden actually does tend to bubble up, but I think I want to go like this. I don't know what I want. I think I'm gonna do this. Hold on a second. There is one line and then we'll take it from here and then to the back. Okay, that looks good. So far so good, I think. Did not have a plan for wanting to do this today. I didn't think I was gonna be able to do this today. Now this is an opaque color, so I am going to go not too much because I don't want to cover my other colors. Oops, that's not good. Let me see if I can fix that somehow. I'm making a mess in here today. I feel like sometimes I just come here with like no preparation and everything flows really well, and I can make several paintings and everything works out perfectly, and sometimes nothing works. No matter how hard I try, how many attempts I do of the same thing, of a different thing. Do you have days like that while you're painting? Or is this just like me? I don't know if I'm gonna be happy with that blob in there. But I'm not going to fix it at this stage. I want to see what happens. If I can like... I have to say that even though my paints are very, very thin, I'm not seeing any kind of halo down here. There is no halo. Oh, this beautiful color. Okay, let's go with this one. Let me start from here. I love... I am going to pour a little bit more in there just to see if it catches some of that color. Maybe just do a thinner. I do see a lot of bubbles in here that I'm going to have to take care of at the end of the blow. Just gonna put extra in here, just a few drips in here. See if I can fix it. Oh. All right. I'm moving all of my golden colors out of the way. I love painting with the fluid acrylics because they blend very, very nicely, but they are very thin, so you do need a lot of layers. Okay, I am going to start right here, and I think I'm gonna go that way. I don't know. I'm gonna try the low first and with a cool setting. Oh. And then it will help if this is turned on. So you can see I was not planning on coming today to do anything, but I said, why not? I'm gonna do for kick. It seems like it does not want to leave me no matter what I try. I've tried a different technique the other day and it just didn't work. Okay, you wanna hold, you do not wanna hold your blow dryer at a 90-degree angle and step in the airflow. So you don't want this straight down because you'll dig into the pillow. So you kind of want it at a 45 angle and to weave the paints. Very easy to move, I have to say. Ooh, okay. Pretty. Oh. Wow. I love it. Wow. Okay. You kind of want to start where there is the amount of paint left off. See here, I'm gonna turn this off so you can hear me better. You want to start moving the paint where it hasn't moved, otherwise you're gonna end up with a blob of paint like right here. So I'm gonna try to move this out of the way and move it right here. And I'm going to be careful not to touch this section because I really like to have that separation of white. This one bloomed really, really pretty. I'm going to see if I can do something with this one. The problem is if you try to blow dry on top of it, you might end up with mud. That's the risk that you might encounter. But let's see how this goes. So nice. Oh. have no complaints. This looks really pretty so far. I'm gonna move this for 1 second. Really beautiful, beautiful blooms. I'm not happy with that one, and I'm going to try to fix it. Let's see if I can fix it. Okay. I'm gonna bring back the light so you can like see it better in there. I'm sorry about the glare. I love it. I really, oh my goodness. I'm gonna bring you closer so you can see all the layers of color, but I'm gonna take a risk right now because I'm seeing a little bit of a blob of paint here, and this one I feel like it can bloom a little bit better, and I'm gonna hope that I don't ruin the piece at this stage because it's very pretty. Let's see. So let me see if I can like fix this a little bit better. And here is the close-up of this beautiful piece. I love how all of the colors are see-through. Very vibrant so far. I really like it. I like the negative space. And now I just have to wait and see how this one is going to dry, and I'll show you that next.
This is the piece fully dry, and I can honestly say it's beautiful. That shine you're seeing is just the paint and pouring medium. I haven't even varnished it yet, and it's already vibrant. I'm really happy with how this turned out. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and let me know in the comments if you prefer this format where I talk through the process or the more to the point voiceover tutorials. Have a great week, and I'll see you in the next one.